Hattie, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, that's right, I'm me. I'm Robert, this Guitar Journeys. Thank you so much for watching me. I really do appreciate it. Today is kind of well, kind of an exciting day, I guess you'd say. Um, I have one son, and 3.5 years ago, he left to go start a new life in Montana. And they are coming today to visit for one day. They're on a little vacation. Like I say, he left here by himself, and he now has a girlfriend that has a couple of kids, and things are working out real good for him. They're on a little vacation. They're in Nebraska right now, and they're on their way to come to our house. So, it's kind of strange, man, because I remember wow, man. Honestly, I was about his age. My dad was about my age. And I went to go visit my dad. And I hadn't seen my dad in, I think had been like close to 10 years since I had seen my dad. And I went to go see my dad. And I lived in Colorado. He lived in Oklahoma, real close to Arkansas. And I remember when I went there, I was a little bit upset when I seen how my dad was living. I'm not gonna get into it, like, details about it or anything. Hey, what's up, man? But I remember I wasn't very nice to my dad. I was mad. I was mad because of the way he was living. He was drinking a lot and not in very good health, and I wasn't happy about what he was doing. So I don't remember. I think we were there about 3 days, maybe 4 days. But I do remember telling him, I wasn't very happy about what he was doing, and that I thought that he should be living a healthier life. So yeah, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know when I seen him that it'd be the last time I'd ever see him. Okay, his way of living. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, Becky. Nice to see you. I'm happy that you're joining me. So, anyways, I didn't know that it'd be the last time I seen my dad, or I would have been a little nicer to him. But his unhealthy lifestyle caught up with him. So I think probably, it was probably only a couple of years after I seen him that he passed away. And it was a real sudden thing, man. He wasn't sick or anything. He had an aneurysm that broke. And instead of going to the hospital right away, he waited I don't know, around 10 hours. And then he couldn't take the pain anymore, and he finally went to the hospital, but it was too late. So, anyways, it's weird. It's weird when the tables turn on you, man. You know what I mean? Because now my son is coming to visit me, and I hope that he's not mean to me. I wasn't really mean to my dad, but he was drinking, and when someone's drinking, how they act kind of stupid. They say stuff that's not real smart, and he was doing that, and it kind of irritated me. So I told him, that he really should change his way of living. Well, he didn't like that, He was like, get the F, Anyways, yeah. So I never thought about how my parents felt when I went to go visit them. Um, I used to go visit my mom in Des Moines, and she lived with my sister. And I never really thought about how it would make her feel that I was going to go visit her. It's weird, man. Something to think about, all right? When you guys go to visit your parents or your kids come to visit you, um, be careful. Be aware. There's a lot of emotions going on both sides. I never really thought about it, right? When I was in my 30s, 40s, I never really thought about, different emotions that people are having. When you get a little older, you start thinking about that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm doing my live stream today upstairs. Did that come out right? Anyways, I'm doing my live stream upstairs today because I am cooking chicken. I don't know if any of you know what chicken mole is. My wife is Spanish. My son is half Spanish. He is not. He is not from my wife now. He is from my first wife. But the area in Colorado where we lived were a lot of Mexican people, and I worked with a lot of Mexican people. My second wife was from Mexico, and so she used to make chicken mole, and it got to be my son's favorite dinner. And the wife that I have now, she knows all about, she is Mexican. She's not from Mexico, but originally she is from Mexico, but she grew up in California. Okay, so she's gonna make chicken mole for my son. We asked him, what do you want for dinner when you get here? He said chicken mole. So I am right now cooking 6, that's a lot, man, 6 chicken breasts. They're not really big chicken breasts, but it's gonna come out to be quite a bit of chicken mole. And yeah, we're gonna have a nice dinner and sit around and talk, try to get to, kind of get to know each other a little bit. see what happened the last 3 years. But I got to keep an eye on this chicken because I don't want it to. It hasn't gotten to the boiling point yet, but I don't want it to boil over. And me be downstairs. And then after I do my live stream, I'm going out to the garage and make homemade ice cream. Everybody likes homemade ice cream, man. Come on, don't tell me you don't. That's good stuff, man. So what's going on with you guys? What's going on? What's happening with everyone today? Someone here says, can I teach you English? I might need somebody to teach me English. That's funny, right? Judge Matthews, man, I haven't seen that guy in a while. I used to like to watch that guy. He's funny. So, anyways, what's the weather like where you live? Where do you live? What's going on? What do you like to do? What kind of music do you like? Do you like green tea? Do you like guitars? Tell me a little bit about yourself, everybody. Oh, okay. I can do that. Excuse me, guys. My name's Robert. I live in Kansas. The weather is kind of windy, kind of warm. Let's see, I think it's in its 80s. Let me check the weather, dude. Not dude, people. Let me check the weather, people. 78 degrees, and it's supposed to be 80 for a high. And it's windy, and I think we're supposed to have storms later. Let me look. Well, it don't really say too much about storms. I think the storms are going to be on the other side of us. So I think we're good on the storms. Do you guys like my haircut? I did it myself. That's funny, right? I told my son, let me know when you get close so I can comb my hair. He's probably thinking like, what the heck? Comb your hair? He knows that I don't have long hair. So it was just something kind of funny. I said, let me know when you get close so I can comb my hair. So anyways, yeah. I got a little something I want to show you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to go over here and get my guitar. Let me take a quick look at this chicken. Okay. Okay, so the chicken's just now starting to boil. It is 1:20. So let's see. I'll probably let that cook for about an hour. So about 2:30. 2:30 the chicken will be done. For those of you that don't know what chicken mole is, you take chicken meat, and you can fix this a lot of different ways. Okay, a lot of people like to fix the chicken, you know, like some legs, some thighs, and then they make the mole, and then you can add, you know, the mole is like a sauce, and you have it in the pan. It's about like so deep, right, in the pan, and then you can put the legs and the wings and the you know, like the thighs and stuff like that inside there. So when you dip it up, you have like maybe a leg and a thigh, and then you put like the mole on top, kind of like a gravy. Little spicy, has a little kick to it. And you can let me show you something real quick, okay? Hang on, just hang on, give me a sec. I want to show you guys what this is. So one of the best ways to make this is you buy this in a jar like this, okay? And it's called Maria's Mole, which is funny because that's my wife's name. It was also my ex-wife's name. Okay, so Maria's Mole, okay? You take and you mix this mole. All right, you take, when you cook the chicken, you put an onion and some garlic in with the chicken to kind of give it a little flavor. All right, when the chicken is done, and when you're going to prepare the mole, you put the onion and the garlic with some chicken broth in the blender, and then you blend that up, all right? And then you add this. Well, you put, I think, and I'm not 100% sure how my wife does it, but I think you put this in the pan, right? And it's kind of thick, like peanut butter thick. So you put it in the pan and you let it, when it gets, starts getting hot, it gets more of a liquid. Okay, so you put this in the pan, you get it kind of a liquid. Then the stuff that you blended up in the blender, you add to this. And then if you want it a little thinner, you could add more of the chicken broth. If you want it a little thicker, you add less of the chicken broth. You don't want to get it too runny, right? It's supposed to have a little thickness. And then there is some Mexican chocolate that is also the same, maybe not the same brand. Okay, so it's not the same brand, But this stuff right here is Mexican chocolate. And it's got a little like cinnamon flavor to it. Okay, well, I mean, it's got cinnamon in it. Okay, so you take, this is like in a round, they're like in a round thing, right? You take about half of that round deal for as much mold as we're gonna make. You would use probably about half of that. You know, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay, they come in little round deals like this. This is the chocolate. You would take and break that in half and put about half of that in there with the mole. So it gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor. My wife doesn't actually really like the sweet flavor, but a lot of people do. So anyways, along with the chicken mole, the way we make it is we cook the chicken breast and then we shred it up, right? And then we mix it all together in a pan. Then she's gonna fix Spanish rice, which is delicious. And then we'll have probably, well, definitely we'll have tortillas to go with it, like corn tortillas, flour tortillas. And yeah, it's good food, man. When I was in my 20s, I think I had just turned 20. And I moved to a town in Kansas called Garden City. I've actually had some people on my live stream before that were from Garden City. A lot of Mexicans in Garden City. And when I moved there, I knew nothing about Mexican food at all right? Nothing. My favorite Mexican food was the taco booger at Taco John's, right? Or a taco or a burrito from Taco Bell. That's about all I knew about Mexican food. I started learning about Mexican food, living over there with a lot of Mexicans. And I learned quite a bit in Garden City, but when I moved to Colorado, I moved to a town that had, it was another town kind of like Garden City. There were a lot of Mexicans there. And I worked with a lot of Mexicans, and these are Mexicans from Mexico. And they would invite me to come, you know, to my house. We're gonna have a little party. You come on over. And the food was amazing, man. I mean, just like, wow. I never had Mexican food like that before, right? So then I started really learning about the Mexican food. And I ended up marrying a woman that was from Mexico. And I was married to her for 14 years. And she had me so fat. Man, I mean, that's the fattest I ever was in my life. I weighed over 250 pounds. And I'm not a tall person. So I look like a toad. When I was waddling away from you, you couldn't tell if I was walking or rolling, man. That's how fat I was. But yeah, when you really learn about the Mexican culture and the Mexican food, you will find out there's a lot of very good food. I honestly love the way the Mexican culture eats, because you could feed a whole family for almost nothing, right? Potatoes, beans, tortillas, throw in a little meat, and you got a dinner, man. And I mean, I'm not talking about something that don't taste good. I'm talking about a really good dinner for cheap. And I honestly kind of like to eat cheap. Let's see, what was it we had the other day? Excuse me, guys. We had something the other day, and it was something that just didn't cost like nothing, right? I think we had some beans, we had some potatoes maybe, some eggs, and my wife made it so good. I'm like, wow, this is so delicious. She makes up a little salsa, homemade salsa, to put on top of everything, and you put a little cheese on there, a little salsa. Hee-haw. You're good to go, man. All right, y'all. I wanted to share something with you that I learned last night. Now, I've seen this before. I've seen people explain this before, but I didn't. Do you ever have like you tried to learn something and your brain just wasn't ready for that, right? You just weren't up to that level at that time. And then you go back later and you try to learn it again and you're like, oh, wow, okay, that really makes sense now. The last time it didn't make any sense at all. Well, that's kind of how I am with some of the stuff on the guitar. I've seen it before, but I didn't really get it. But I seen it again last night in a video I was watching. By the way, if you guys ever need a lesson on a song or a riff, a lick, a solo, anything, there's a guy on YouTube, Marty Music. He's been doing this for 18 years. He's a cool dude, man. He's like you and me, all right? Well, I'm hoping you're cool. I know I am. Anyways, he gives some really good lessons. You gotta kind of know what's going on, though, when you watch this guy. Because, like I say, man, I seen this before. And I don't know if it was by him or not, but I seen this before. And I just really didn't get it at the time. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this. And, you know, like I say before, when I make these videos, they stay on the internet. And a lot of people watch them later, you know, like maybe several years from now. Maybe a week, maybe a year. But eventually, people watch these videos. Okay, so there's a thing, when you play right here in the middle, excuse me, I'll put this where you can see me better. When you play right here in the middle, this is an A note, and this is an A note, okay? And there's another A note right there. Okay, so when you play like this, that's an A chord. Right? This is an A minor. This is an A minor, A7. Okay. So, when you start to learn the pentatonic scales, most people start with the A minor pentatonic scale, which is called box 1. Okay, so okay, now, I'm not 100% sure what they call this. I think they call it the extension of the A minor pentatonic. But, okay, so right in here is your, right in the middle, right? Okay, come down here. Okay, these are the same notes right here. These are the same notes. Okay, this is an A, this is a D, this is a C, this is a G, right? You have that same thing up here. This is the A, this is a G, this is the D, this is a C. All right, those same notes are over here. Right? This is there's your G, there's your A, there's your C, there's your D. See? G, A, D, C, D, A, C, G. G, G, A, C, D. Right? G, A, C, D. But you can use this one to slide. And that's a really good way to solo. It's not, you're not using like the pentatonic scales. You're using what's inside the pentatonic scales, but you're not actually using the pentatonic scales. And here's the other thing is you can use this everywhere, okay? So like if you want to go here and go to the B, and this would be a C sharp. See, you can do that right here. I messed it up. Okay, so go down here. This is the D, the E, the B, and the A. A, B, D, E. Right? A, B, D, E. You're gonna have the same thing over here. A, B, D, E. And you go over here. A, B, D, C. All right? So that's gonna be everything in the guitar. When you can do it in one place, you can do it every place. All right? Until like some places where you run out of strings. Right? You'll be down here. There's no strings. All right? But I'm gonna show you what you can do with that. Just that little bit of knowledge. All right? That's a powerful information that I just gave you guys. And I'm going to show you what you can do with it. Like I said, I knew this information before. I seen it before. But I just didn't really get onto it. It didn't click in my brain. Okay, so this is an A minor jam track. It says funky blues, but it'll work. Okay? So, we're going to start in the middle with the A. So, anyways, when you learn something like that, that's good information, right? That's good teaching. But it's the very tip of the iceberg, okay? Because you can literally do that all over the guitar. That was in the A, okay? You could take it down, well, you could do it in the A sharp if you want. You could do it in the B. You could do it in the C. You could do it in the D. I mean, it's just the same. You just do it in a different place, right? When you do it in a different place, you get it in a different. So you could do it right here, right? You could do this, and then do this. So this would be like in a G, right? You can do it in the A. Do it in the B. So it's good information, man. You can use that all day long. So soloing is like a lot of things in life. You can learn the basics, and you can just play the basics and get along with it, you know, and get away with it. Is probably a better way of saying it. You can get away with doing that. But there's always that next level, you know. I always want to go the next level, right? I learn something, I play around with it for a while, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to kick it up and take it to the next level, because that's the beginning of it. And it does get deep, right? There's another thing where, and I got it, okay? I watched a different video by a different person. I got it. I just need to watch it a couple more times and then study it a little bit. But arpeggios is basically when you play the note separately, like in a row, right? So inside these little spots, or inside these chords, you have arpeggios, which is like something like this, right? That's an example. It's not nothing, okay? That's just an example. You would say, like, if you're gonna play like the C arpeggio in like the C chord or the C7 chord, and you have to like know how to find what are your arpeggios, and you're gonna go like, don't quote me on this because I'm not giving you like accurate information when I say this. I'm just giving you an example, okay? But let's say like you're doing, and this guy, I'm going off of what this guy was doing. He was doing like a C7 chord inside of another scale, and then he would find the arpeggios. But usually it's like a 1, a 3, a flatted fifth, a 1, a third, a flatted fifth. It's that kind of stuff, right? It's in the theory area where you start studying music theory. But what you would do is you would like play some of these notes, right? And then you would do the, and then back to that. And then maybe hit the chord a couple of times. So when you start soloing, I had a guy on here the other day that was saying, you know, soloing was easy. I'm not gonna like debate it with people, okay? Certain parts of soloing are easy, but you can make it more difficult All right. Now, it's no secret, I'm a blues guy. I love blues music, the way they play it. I love playing it. It sounds really cool. Uh, but there's a lot of little things that blues players do that I need to learn. All right. And if you listen to a blues song, a really good blues song, the guitar player who is soloing is like out of the world, man. If you ever listen to like Kenny Wayne Shepherd, that guy can solo like good. I mean, it's Eric Clapton. But I honestly, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, I would say if you really want to be impressed, or Joe Bonamassa, if you really want to be impressed by watching someone play some blues guitar, watch those two guys, okay? Kenny Wayne Shepherd or Joe Bonamassa. Their soloing is very impressive. Now, to the guy that said soloing is easy, it depends on what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Basic soloing, like what I was doing, very easy. If you go and try to do what they're doing, yeah. I'm maybe like, I'm several years away from even being half as good as one of those guys. So it takes years. Unless you're just one of those people that can pick up on things real good. The other thing too is who's teaching you, you know? But no matter how much you learn, you still have to be able to play at a high speed and be very accurate. And when you are playing a solo at a high speed and you're really going through those notes, they need to sound good, every one of them, right? So yeah, that part's not easy. Okay, that takes years and years and years of practice. I'm just gonna get as good as I can get. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how good I will get, but I'm just gonna get as good as I can get. I took, 3 years is when I started playing along with the music. Anybody that's learning how to play the guitar, let me give you a little bit of advice. As soon as you can start playing along with the song, with music, whether you're just looking at chords and playing along with the song on the radio, the radio, people don't listen to radios no more, you stupid old man. Okay, so if you're listening like a song on Spotify or Apple or wherever, right? You're listening to a song and you got the chords in front of you, and you know those chords, you know that song. Start playing along with the music as soon as you can, all right? That's where you're going to start picking up your rhythm, your timing. Then you start hearing how they play it, right? You want to play it how they play it. And I don't advertise for Moises. It's an app. It's a learning app for music, for guitar players. You could use it for all instruments, honestly. But I think mostly it's based around guitar playing. And that app is a wonderful learning tool. Wonderful. I think I'd still be back not very good. Right? If I didn't start using the Moises app, I don't think I'd be very good at playing the guitar. That's an honest statement. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, I'm not advertising for the app, but it's $4 a month, and it's going to be the best $4 a month that you spend that month, every month. It's fun also, you know? It's fun. You put on the music and you can see where the notes are at. You can see where the chords are at and you play along with the music. Okay, so you want to start playing along with the music as soon as you can. I'm not going to play music right now, like actual, you know, songs. Because what happens is they take, you know, you guys heard me say this a lot. They take the, they copyright the video. And then the video don't go out everywhere. The way it is right now, my videos go all over the world. I get people from literally everywhere. If they got internet, they got me. And hey. Okay, you guys hear this music right here? It's like a Latin type of music. I have a course that is it's a scale. They're scales, right? But it's for this type of music, and I'm just now starting to go through there and trying to re-memorize this scale. I learned it several years ago, but I just didn't really like use it. But I'm not even sure if this is an A. Hang on. Oh, it's an A. But that scale that I'm telling you about is called A harmonic minor. So it gives you a Latin feel, a Latin sound. And when you just play it with no music, you can hear it right away. I don't have that scale memorized. There it is. There it is. Anyway, so you get the idea of it. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I did a little deal about that. And that's what scales are for, right? If you're trying to learn something that's in a different style of music, find the scale that is for that music. Like your pentatonic is, it's actually used in most genres as far as I know. Country, rock, blues, jazz. Now, it would not work for Latin music. I mean, yeah, you're gonna maybe use a note or two, right, here and there, or like you're gonna use the pentatonic here and there. But the main thing that you're gonna be using is gonna be a scale that is made for that kind of music. So the harmonic minor is definitely for and made for that music. Let's see. So, if any of you guys are interested in learning that scale, this is the course that I'm talking about. Okay, just so you know that what I'm saying is right. It's the harmonic minor scale. Okay, if you do a search on that, you'll find it. And it's not just one scale. Okay, there's probably 5, 6 maybe scales in there. And yeah, if you're a music lover and you're learning music, please learn as much as you can. I mean, the more you learn, the more you can play. I have a thing that when I practice, I try to keep my fingers down. I don't like it when my fingers get all up like this. To me, I think that looks sloppy. I like my fingers to be down all the time. Like that. So whenever I practice anything, I try to make myself make my fingers stay close to the fretboard. Okay, guys, I got a lot going on. I have not made homemade ice cream in probably about 5 years. I would say 4 or 5 years since I've made it. So I'm gonna get in the kitchen and I got a recipe on how to make it. The basics of it is you add the sugar, you add the eggs, you add the vanilla, a pinch of salt, you mix it up with the mixer. Then you I think you add the Eagle brand canned milk in with that in a bowl. You mix it all together and then you put it in the ice cream maker. And then you can add your heavy whipping cream and your milk, whole milk. And then you take it out and you put it in the ice cream machine and you put ice and salt and you turn it on and you let it run until it stops. But when it stops, you got ice cream. Delicious too, man. Vanilla ice cream, homemade. That's hard to beat, man. All right, guys. So, hey, check it out, man. I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. Thank you all so much for watching me. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to, please do. You know, do the deal, man. Notification. Give me some likes. Give me some love. Help me get this guitar journey out on the road. All right, man. I'm Robert. Love you guys. Peace out.